I'm a kindergarten teacher, which means my days are filled with glitter, helping tie shoes, and opening up yogurt tubes that explode like they're carbonated. 7 years ago this month, I stood on a stage very similar to this one, except it was in West Vancouver. I was invited to give a talk and challenged to answer one big question. What is your why? At the time, I was a bit younger, had a bit more energy, fewer laugh lines, and the illusion that I could still walk on stage without consequence in high heels. But what I said still rings true today. It's this. My why is relationships, building them, honoring them, and making them count. Since then, I've grown some, I've lost some, but I realize and I know that real, honest human relationships are what hold it all together when everything else feels like it's falling apart. Teaching 5-year-olds means I live in the land of I need to pee, and can I tell you something every 5 seconds. It means dancing to Baby Shark at 8:17 in the morning with full conviction. And it means getting sneezed on and called mom by accident. But it also means I'm lucky enough to witness many firsts. First friendships, first words, first time somebody ties up their shoe or unzips their jacket and proudly zips it up in front of you, only to do it up and undo it one more time. It's where stories begin. And what I've learned is this: not every story starts in the same place, not every story gets told, and not every story is heard. I'm also a mom. My son is autistic and went through the public school system. That experience cracked me open in ways I never expected. When you sit on the other side of the IEP table, no longer a teacher but the parent, you see things differently. You learn how systems based for kids are actually built around staffing codes, department heads, and funding formulas. You don't see the beautiful, brilliant kids like my own. They are often only seen through the lens of what they cannot do. And here's the truth we need to face. Our systems were built for an imaginary average child, a child who sits still, keeps quiet, doesn't need sensory breaks, visual schedules, or a support team. And yet those aren't the kids filling our classrooms anymore, if they ever really were. So here we are talking about roots and resonance. Roots are the parts we don't see. The home life, the neurodivergence, the trauma, the stories carried around in little backpacks that weigh far more than the granola bars inside. And resonance, that's what happens when we truly listen. When we echo back, I see you, I hear you, you matter. But our system wasn't built to resonate. It was built to move fast, to stay neat, and to keep order. And that's a problem when you're working with 5-year-olds. For example, teachers and EAs, education assistants. We're in different unions. Seems bureaucratic, but here's what it means in the real world. A child who bonds with one caring adult today might not have them tomorrow, and not because of anything either one of them did wrong, but because of contracts, hours, and scheduling. That's not a system based on our kids. That's a system solely based on adult logistics. And that hurts, especially our most vulnerable learners, our learners with big feelings and even bigger barriers. These are the kids that need connection, they need relationships, they need their roots to be nurtured and not shuffled. But you know what gives me hope? It's the idea that we can do better, we can build more. Let's go back to relationships, my why. We don't need perfect classrooms because God knows I will never have one of those. We need classrooms that have connection, that have community. We need classrooms built in relationships because when you build relationships, you build trust. And when you build trust, kids take risks. And we owe it to them, to all of them, to get this right. I'll leave you with these words that remind me why I continue to do this work even when the days are hard. You're going to be somebody's hero, somebody's best friend, and somebody's reason for life. Because we owe it to all of these kids to get it right. Because everybody's child is somebody's everything, and they all deserve to be seen.